Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaRakakadash. Double and say apostles and elders, great milestone that rule well, and Shalom to all the brothers doing the work of sharing truth. Got some France 24, and it's kind of been like the spirit of the last few weeks where people are kind of now looking again at issues that have kind of been there, they've been going on, but they haven't been prominent mainly because of what's going on in Ukraine, what's going on, Taiwan. Those are the main things. But Iran is still a focal point. It's still a focus, and it's significant because they've kind of been trucking away at getting their nukes popping off. You had this week what's called North Korea testing ICBMs, and that had people going on alert. Because why? Because ICBMs, that's when the range of where you can strike increases. And now with Iran, you got says Iran has tested satellite launcher successfully amid rising hostility with US. And a satellite launcher is basically it's essentially in the same. It's gonna be like an ICBM because it will be able to break through the atmosphere. The satellite launchers, they're meant to have like the satellite in a compartment at the top, and then the rest is a rocket. But then an ICBM will be like you got the nuclear warhead on the tip, and then the rest is a rocket to basically get out into space, then reorient, and then like break back in, and be able to strike on the Earth. So this is what Iran announced Saturday the successful test flight of a rocket capable of propelling satellites into space 3 months after launching a satellite with the help of Russia. This comes amid rising tensions with Western countries, as Tehran is alleged to provide Moscow with military equipment to help its Ukraine war efforts. And that, lines up with prophecy. Basically what that Russia, is gonna Gog and Magog, as it's known in the in the scriptures, being a god unto Persia, which is the original name until very recently for Iran. So it says Ezekiel 38:2, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Most High Power, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even with a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So yeah, basically being put into that militaristic spirit. Well, what? That same. I don't believe it's called a rat race when it's for weapon. What arms race? Arms race is the term. The same arms race that was going down in the Cold War, because like Obeezy tried to cool it down with like the START treaty, but these things are long been thrown in the bin. Same with Iran. Obeezy had the like he made the deal where they're supposed to only enrich a certain amount of uranium, but they've long since pushed past that. They've been talking about how they can put nukes together and whatnot, and now them shooting rockets. Well, you know, shooting satellites in space, yeah, whatever. But it's that's the same thing that can basically be an ICBM, which is why people alarm bells will be ringing in the West because they're going to be looking like, yo, these guys are getting on a level where they're going to be able to compete. They might, if state Israel tried to flex bicep, then these guys can flex it back and follow through. That's why they got the relationship with Russia, and that's basically a big part of what keeps um them able to do certain things. Even like what's going on with Syria, the Syria situation. That's been going on for fucking forever times now. But it was Russia. It was kind of what they were saying, like, okay, yo, come in, deal with the thing. But then obviously there's opposing forces. There's still been like the state of Israel has basically been trying to done that shit for a minute, and they were using it as an excuse to to fuck with Iran as well. But hey, it's that whole spirit. It's come back. It's returned, and hey, it's the war. It's not gonna it's not gonna peter out. You're not gonna have that cold water dashed on a fire. It's gonna continue to heat up. It's gonna get messy, and you're gonna see things that would have seemed strange become a normality. So it says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya, with them, all them with sword, with shield and helmet. So yeah, Persia, Ethiopia, Libya. Persia's the key one, and that's the spot, man. Where that Third World War, the Valley of Jehoshaphat or Yehoshaphat, that's the spot. So back in the article, it says the United States has repeatedly voiced concerns with such launches that boost Iran's ballistic missile technology, leading to the potential delivery of nuclear warheads. Yeah, see, it's from when you have any form of rocket, then that's basically gonna be working like an ICBM. Because if you can take it, it's like I said, same thing. Where you would at one point deliver a satellite, you can deliver a missile. But it says Iran insists it's not seeking nuclear weapons, which is funny because with the uranium enrichment, I think it was like 20. The deal was like meant to be below 20%, maybe. Even I don't even think it was 20%. And then they kind of crept over and over and over and over. And it's like, what, 97% is what you need to enrich. I think 97 or 90, like high 90s% of purity is what you need for uranium for the nukes. And they even said like they'd got to a point where they'll be able to make them. They enriched enough uranium a while back. So that's more or less known, and that's why then they'll just be like, yo, these guys getting missile technology as well. That's a bit too much. But then that's where Russia comes in as well, because they're basically going to be what, that guard. Damn. And it's satellite and rocket launches are for civil or defensive purposes only. State television reported the successful suborbital launch of the satellite launcher named Game 100. The test flight of this launcher includes the Rafe solid fuel. Of this launcher using the Rafe solid fuel vehicle has been successfully completed. It said the Game 100 rocket was manufactured by the Aerospace Organization of the Revolutionary Guard. And is the country's first three-stage solid fuel satellite launcher. The channel added. Yeah, so this shit is brand new as fuck. Huh. And you know, everyone's on edge. It says his Gain 100 is capable of placing satellites weighing 8 kilograms in an orbit of 500 meters. Kilometers, sorry. From the surface of the Earth. Iran announced Saturday the successful test flight of a flight. Okay, yeah. So it says Iran successfully put its first military satellite into orbit in April 2020, drawing a sharp rebuke from Washington. In August this year, another Iranian satellite named Kayam was launched by Russia on a Soyuz 2-21B rocket from Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Oh yeah, they're it's people are getting antsy. But yeah, it says Iran Space Agency said the device was constructed by Russia under Iran supervision. The US allegedly at the time when at the time that the Qiyam would enable significant spying capabilities and that a deepening Russia-Iran alliance amounted to a profound threat to the world. So yeah, it's all entangled. It's all entangled because Spirit's been putting these guys to obviously prep these things. Because why? That's where it's going, man. That's how it's gonna be popping off. Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but it shall be of burning and fuel of fire. So yeah, the way this conflict is, it's gonna resolve is through what? The way it's gonna resolve, is through the missiles being shot. Ain't gonna be, everyone sitting down at a table, eating cheese sandwiches. It's basically gonna be a thing. Where the missiles are gonna be the things doing work, man. And that's why Iran's prepping. Because why? That's gonna be the hot thing, man. That's gonna be the in thing. Loving the missiles, man. My brain. What was the other thing? No, not 19. So looking for. My brain is fried. Obadiah 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. So yeah, that's basically going to be how things are going to resolve really for America. Because why? They're basically, holding a prominent position, and they have basically the whole world clamoring, to do business, to do trade, to basically receive something of them. But hey, all that sentiment is gonna flip, man. Because why? We're gonna have it revealed, and compounded over time, the nature of the man that we're dealing with, and that's really gonna be why what? All these nations are basically gonna remember all the slights they've had, how they've been fucked over, why they're in the state they're in, to a large scale, and then be like, yo, fuck these dudes, you know. Have some people where, they're still gonna be looking to do trade, they're still gonna be looking to make money, but ultimately it's gonna get to the point where what? Everyone's gonna be flipping it on America, gonna be turning on them. This is why, they've all developed what I need is Joel. Joel 3 and 9. So proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Yeah. So that's what's being forged. These men ain't enriching uranium so they can fund, power a giant, what the hell they call a combine harvester. They're doing it for what? For the sake of combat. For the sake of war. And that's the weak saying I'm strong. Someone like you, Iran, like, bro, it would have been like, who the fuck are these guys? For a lot of these countries too. But now what? They've been able to come to prominence. And for Iran, that lines up with that relationship with Russia. But yeah, I'll leave it there for now. Shalom. Shalom.